There is no guesswork in order to build these BUNDA gains. Everything needs to be done in precision, and you need to be eating specific foods that will help you feed the peach. So today I'm going to be showing you what I'm eating in a week, the meals I'm gonna prep, and everything I'm gonna get ready for these gains. Let's go! Okay, breakfast for now is served. So my breakfast at the moment is quite boring. I'm still gonna add my salt, pepper, just a little bit, and turmeric, which is anti-inflammatory. The reason why my breakfast is a bit boring like this is because I had a bad episode at the restaurant, and I got my stomach a little bit more irritated because I'm allergic to avocado actually. I don't know actually if it's an allergy or food intolerance, whatever. Anyway, I can't eat it, otherwise my stomach goes crazy. So because my stomach goes irritated at the moment, I'm trying to like eat a bit more simple things. I'm eating the same sort of stuff. I'm just basically changing slight few things. So for example, boiling eggs instead of frying them, just because they're just easier on the stomach. But I would have, for example, eggs anyway and bread. Do you know what I mean? So it's the same thing, just making them like slight adjustments. Now, I don't want to be watched while I eat, so let me eat this and I'll show you what I'm having for the rest. Let's put something clear here. I'm lazy. I'm not gonna waste time cooking around. I want the easy things that are tasty because I'm Italian and delicious, and they help me with my goal. We don't need to overcomplicate things. Yes, that means I get my vegetables pre-cut. Don't even some Oh my god, I just got karma. Look what happened. You know the YouTube versus reality moment? Wow. This doesn't happen when I'm not speaking to you directly. So I hope you appreciate this. Don't want to put the blame on you, but please like and subscribe at least to empathize with this pain. Minus this inconvenience that happens no matter what. We're gonna be prepping easy meals, and we're not gonna waste too much time. We're not gonna wash too many dishes because, to be honest, no one has the time to make Michelin star meals for nothing. This is a pre-cooked chicken. Yes, I'm lazy like that because, to be quite frank, I don't have 2 hours to waste in the oven just for the chicken to wait around. So yes, I'm gonna save time like this, and I advise you, if you can do it too. Let's get our tray. Make sure you wash your potatoes because I am obviously not gonna peel them, and we're gonna be roasting them, cutting them. Now, one important thing I need you to know about this. My calories and the food that I'm making is great, it's tasty, you can copy it, you can do similar recipes, but you have to track your calories. So you have to know how much potato you're using, how much chicken you're using, etc. You have to track it. The reason for this is simple. This BUNDA, or if you need to lose weight, for example, if you want to grow your clothes, you can't guesswork, amore. Trust me. It's not as difficult as you honestly think, and you have to wash them thoroughly, by the way, unless you want to eat, quite frankly, because you don't know, they're in the ground, you don't know what's been going. If you want to eat poop with your potatoes, then don't wash them. I recommend washing all the bad stuff. And actually, poop would be the most natural thing that you would eat. Anyway, like I was saying, tracking is not something you have to do forever, and it's not as hard as you think, especially if you're meal prepping like we're doing now. You only have to do it once, really, because what we're doing is we're having multiple meals, okay? So you can just insert the same calories, copy and paste for the whole days, for multiple days. So you actually only have to track one day when you're meal prepping, because then you're gonna divide the food. For example, if I'm making 4 portions, okay, or 5 portions, I'm gonna divide this whole calories divided by 4. Easy. So actually, it's not as hard as you think it is. Oh my god, tracking is so difficult. It's not as difficult as you think it is. It's in your head. Most of you have this mental blockage. Now, an easy thing that we're gonna do, and I want you to think about when you're meal prepping something like this, we have to have one source of carb, which is, in my case, here I chose potatoes. One sort of protein, which is my whole chicken, which I can divide into 4 portions. So this is already 4 meals I can have out of this, for example, because obviously I'm not gonna eat a full chicken in 2 days even, you know? But we also want to consider nutrients, minerals, vitamins, okay? So you can roast whatever vegetables you like, okay? I'm not very picky with vegetables, and I swap them. Sometimes I do, for example, for green, I do zucchini, sometimes I do broccoli as well, whatever. Like, you know, I like to mix it up a little bit, the greens. Zucchini are the only ones that I'm cutting. Why do you think? Because they're not available pre-cut, otherwise I would have bought it pre-cut. And anyway, to be fair, they're very easy. Again, I don't peel anything, I just cut them. For me, I used to be one person that didn't really like eat many vegetables at first, but honestly, they're so good for you and you can make them taste nice. The reason why you say, I don't like
make healthy food? It's because you make things that actually makes me want to vomit. I wouldn't eat your healthy food. Like if you come to me with your Tupperware and boring salad, I'm not a cow, I'm not gonna eat this. I mean, salads can be made really nice. But when people think of healthy, they think of punishment. They think of, ew, this food is disgusting. Like, bleh, like the boiled chicken with like no seasoning, oil, or they cook it in the oven like this, dry. Like, what is this? Of course I'm not gonna eat it. I'm not gonna eat that chicken. Of course, if I prefer, I eat this. Look, tasty barbecued chicken ready from the rotisserie. And it's nice, it tastes nice. Or if you don't wanna do this and you have more time, you can get the whole chicken and marinate it, for example, overnight and give it that flavor. The marination, the seasonings don't add calories, the herbs, the seasonings. Of course, if you start using sauces and things like chicken stock, it doesn't have crazy calories. Like there is seasonings pack. Seasonings doesn't add calories, it adds flavor, which is what is not gonna make you vomit. You know? And speaking of seasoning, let's season these lovely vegetables. So we have our carbs. So this is going to be my first few lunches. I'm gonna do lunch meals for the next 4 days. We have potatoes here, we have the vegetables, and we have the chicken. The chicken is already cooked, I don't need to worry about that. I'm also gonna add the onions because onions give more flavor, okay? So things like that can add. Obviously a little bit of olive oil. I'm gonna estimate about 2 tablespoons, which is a lot if you eat in one meal. But remember, these are 4 meals that we're having. So 2 tablespoons divided again by 4. And you need to track this, by the way. Then seasonings don't count, okay? Don't have to worry about the seasonings unless there is some weird things. I don't know where you buy them from, but seasonings normally they don't count. You can put as many as you want. So that being said, let's get into it. I never get shy. See, so lovely and colorful. You see what we are adding here? Beautiful, colorful, tasty. Now, this into the oven it goes to roast. And this is 4 meals. I'm already preparing in the oven. Only have to wash 1 tray for 4 meals. I don't have to worry about anything. Okay, next 4 meals. We have the 4 lunches. Now we have the 4 dinners that I'm gonna have, okay? Nice and easy. Same things, I'm gonna use zucchini here as my first source of vegetable. This time I've got this lovely salmon, okay? These are 300 grams each. So 600 grams of salmon, I'm gonna have it roughly around 4 days as well, which is gonna be my dinner. So how are we gonna make it? This is also 1 pan recipe, more or less, kind of 1 pan, that you don't have to worry about. So how we do it? First we open the pack. So this is the next oven pot that is gonna go, the oven tray. I have my salmon here, 600 grams. Then I have my vegetables. I have some zucchini with onions. And then I'm gonna also make some peas on the side. And then this is a little bit of Philadelphia light, okay? Because I'm gonna explain, trust the process for now. It's like the feta pasta on TikTok, basically, but wait for it. Normally, when my stomach is not super irritated because of my avocado allergy that I had, I also will add some cherry tomatoes, some dry tomatoes as well, capers as well I add, but I'm gonna leave it for this week. But these are just, like I said, small, very little adjustments. I'm not supposed to really have like too much onions or pepper, but I'm just slowly integrating into it because now obviously I'm feeling better, but still I don't want to like go all out there. But anyway, one good thing with me is I'm a sucker for like fresh herbs sometimes. So I added some fresh mint and some fresh thyme as well, which I feel like it really give really nice taste. So I'm gonna cover it with some foil. In the oven it goes again as well, whilst I boil the pasta. Now being said, once everything is cooked, you get it out. I put my cooked pasta in and I'll start to mix everything in. The salmon with the Philadelphia, with the zucchini, with the mint, with everything. Okay, so we want to break down the salmon as well into small pieces. And this is how basically we make a quick 1 pot, well, kind of 1 pot, salmon pasta. Nice and easy. And then what we have to do is just obviously divide everything into the Tupperware portions. And just like this, voila, we have all the meals ready for the next 4 days. You can do more if you want. I mean, you can do 1 more portion. Obviously, in the fridge, they can stay up to 3 days. So the rest, I normally freeze it or I re-meal prep. It's been super easy. I even have actually 1 extra portion of chicken because I made 4 portions with the chicken that I had, but I had some extra which I'm probably gonna do like a chicken wrap. So actually I even have an extra lunch there. But like I said, any food you cook needs to be consumed within 3 days. The rest, I would just put it in the freezer. Obviously, this chicken that I just bought, it also has been cooked today. But if you get it, for example, the day before, you have to count from the day before. Any cooked food can only be 3 days in the fridge. After that, I wouldn't risk it, honestly. So you freeze anything else. But we've got all these lovely meals, okay, already for the week. Now, these are my normal meals, so I already know the calories because I make the same kind of meals. I'm a creature of habit. But like always, familia, there is no way you can just copy or randomly guess or just say, oh, I'm just gonna eat healthy or high protein if you have a specific goal. Your calorie need to be adjusted, and also they need to be changed. They can't be the same ones. Periodically, they need to be adjusted, otherwise your body will get used to them. So if you don't have any idea on how many calories you need to have, I can do that for you. So you don't have to worry about any of this. You can just meal prep once a week and know exactly what calories you need to eat without worrying or trying to guess, because building muscle or losing fat is not a guessing game. It requires specific amount of calories, and if you are doing the workout and the exercises, you are working so hard, but you're missing this important step, which is the nutrition. This is why you're not seeing good results long term. This is your missing piece. If you want me to help you, familia, don't forget link in bio for one-to-one coaching. Don't make it hard. It doesn't have to be hard, and it doesn't have to be boring and bland. You can eat pasta, you can eat really nice food and still see amazing results. Don't forget to like and subscribe.